Welcome to Dane's Retro Recommendations. Today is the Pound Technology's HD link cable for PlayStation 2. If you are like me, then you'll think back to the PS2 days and think, I remember how good games looked back then. You'll probably remember how sharp and crisp they looked. Then you might play a bit of them now and think, nah, what was I thinking? But maybe you weren't so wrong. Back then you were probably playing these on a CRT, and on a CRT these games still shine. GT3 looks amazing here. Unsurprisingly, most people don't want 20-year-old TVs littering their house just to play the old games. So we need to get them running on modern TVs. So what options do we have? If we're lucky, we can just plug in with the SCART cable, just like before. But a lot of TVs don't have that anymore, and then you are trusting your TV's upscaling capabilities. Sometimes not so good. So that's where all-in-one HDMI solutions like this come in. So you can just plug and play just like your modern devices do. Let's see how well they work, and if the upscaling is really that good. So here's the PS2 and the three connection solutions we'll be trying out today. So first off, we have the Pound HD link adapter. So that's plugged in and running right now with a 5-volt power supply because there's no power coming out the PS2 video port. We have an alternative. So this is from AliExpress and it's £4. It's the PS2 to HDMI adapter. 1/10 of the price of the Pound one. But from my memory, 1/10 the performance. It certainly has lots of compatibility issues because it sends out a 480i signal, not a 720p signal that comes out of the Pound box. Yeah, we'll see if it's worth 1/10 of the price. And then finally, good old RGB. So this is a PS1 cable, older than PS2, but has served me well for a long time and gives a very good picture. Let's see what they look like. So we have the RGB SCART on the left and the Pound HDMI on the right. And quite immediately, it looks like the RGB SCART is better. I wasn't kind of expecting this. Certainly if you look at the signs when they're split over the two screens, the left side is very slightly clearer. The colours are slightly different on both sides. I'm not sure if the TV's doing anything different with the special effects it applies to it, but the yellows certainly look different for that Lancer. But yeah, the signs are definitely clear on the left side. I think RGB SCART is winning this, which is slightly irritating to me as I've just spent £40 on this cable. Yeah, you can see in the middle of those times, left side clearer. That's really annoying. So now we're comparing the RGB SCART, same video on the left, but this time to the AliExpress £4 HDMI adapter. And I think it's quite a similar story really. The RGB SCART looks a little bit clearer. I think the AliExpress HDMI looks pretty similar to the last HDMI. I think a side-by-side comparison for that is the next way to go. So here is the final showdown for second place, and not the one I was expecting to present to you. The Pound HDMI adapter versus the AliExpress HDMI adapter. £40 versus £4. And I think the AliExpress is just about edging it. It's hard to tell. What I think is happening here is the Pound adapter is going through two levels of upscaling. First, the adapter itself is going from 576i to 720p, and then your TV is doing 720p to 4K. Whereas the AliExpress adapter is just sticking with 576i and letting the TV do one level of upscaling. So only one level of blur being added to the image. So my basic conclusion from this is, if you've got a SCART socket on the back of your TV, use it with a decent RGB cable. That's definitely the #1 solution. If you've got compatibility issues or no SCART sockets and you need to use HDMI, then the Pound adapter is a good way to go, and it's certainly more reliable than the AliExpress adapter, which in this test looked about the same, but does have issue with PlayStation 1 games, and the design of it is ridiculous.